Hi, this is Matt with Artist Hardware, and I'm sporting one of the new black Sensu brushes here. And I did a video on an iPhone app the other day and thought I'd throw out another one, and this one's for using ArtRage, which is, if you're familiar with the app that you can buy for your desktop machine, Mac and PC, or the iPad, you'll be familiar with this. But this is pretty interesting because it's got, to make this mobile version, they've simplified it even more, and I think some people may like it even better. So just a quick look at it. You've got a variety of tools, and you just access it down here. You've got your paintbrush and 4 different settings within that. You've got your palette knife, and it's also got 4 different versions of that. The basic tube of paint. It's got a paint bucket with some sort of different edges there. Pencil. You've got 4 different options for that as well. Same with pen, crayon, and eraser. Well, these have 3. These ones here. And sort of pick between them. One of the things that I love the most about ArtRage is its oil brush, and it's here, and it's awesome. So we can just pop back. You can grab your colors down here, and you can build a palette, and then the rest of the interface, pretty straightforward. This one takes you back to a gallery where you can edit your images that you've already done. You've got undo and redo. You've got some questions. You've got layers, which are just the same way. You can just, as they work in the other app, it's, you can add them in. And then you have the tracing feature, and this is really cool in this version. I actually like it better than the version on my iPad. So I'm just going to show you that because I think this is really neat. So you go and you pick a photo. So I took this photo of some asparagus that we are about to eat, and you import it in here, and you tell it. You can see I've got a degree of opacity that you can see it, the amount that it's revealed. So I brought the image in. I've told it to fill this canvas space, and now I can adjust how much of it I'm going to see when I work over the top of it. So I'm just going to keep it like that and go back. And this is just one of the things that I love about ArtRage in general, is the ability to bring an image in. You work on it, but you can tell it that you want it to pick the colors from the image, which is absolutely a blast. So in this case, you can zoom in and out, and where you touch, it's going to grab those colors. So those are pretty similar colors, but you can see I'm getting white. Let me zoom in here, and it uses multi-touch, just like the its bigger sibling version. So you do that 3-finger touch down on the screen, and you change the size of it. I don't know if you can see it over there past my chubby fingers. But what I love about this, it's sort of like paint by numbers. I go and I tend to be kind of strategic about the spots where I touch down on the screen, and then it holds the paint for a little while, but it will also wear, it'll also empty out. Just like that. Then you touch down again to essentially reload your brush. So I want to get this area here, grab that lighter one. One of the things I think is really neat about this is that I like alla prima painting a lot, stuff you do in one sitting, and you're throwing down lots of paint. And I think this kind of helps me learn that you can be very selective in the colors that you pick and sort of the amount of area that they cover. So every time I do this, I am kind of thinking about that. You can can see that little tool disappeared as we went over it. So we'll make this a little smaller here and zoom in. So I don't want to go too long with this, but I'm sure you'll be bored. I don't have that many stories to tell. Need to get that red. It's still asparagus season here. I don't know what it's like where you live, but love me some asparagus. Okay. So it does that beautiful oil-like texture really comes through. You gotta remember to reload your brush there. So then when you hold your 2 fingers down on it, you can preview. So I think we're gonna oops, I don't know what I've done. Make this bigger for a second. Just to kind of do that. So then you can go back and you can turn it off, and go back and preview it, or I'm going to say that I'm done. I'm just going to delete it. So now when I go back, that tracing image is completely gone, and I'm left with that painting, which is really kind of fun. Now you can go into this and work it more. Oh, it's kind of fugly. So we'll go back. Oh wait, which tool did I get? Let's pick that one. So I've got my palette knife. Now, actually I need to switch back. This is doing very, very subtle marks. This will be a little bit bigger. Make that bigger. So you can see that, right? There we go. That's pretty slick. So you can really have fun with that. And you're doing it on your iPhone, right? Which is great. You can go back, and it's got your basic, or down here. We can send it off to email, to your photo file, whichever your preferred way is. Actually, I should point out it's not allowing you to send off to Facebook and Twitter, but you can, if you save that into your photos, you can just do that from there. Great. So that's ArtRage for the iPhone, and all these things kind of fluctuate in price, but it'll be between $1 and $2, and it's worth it. Oh, and I want to point out, so you can take this, and when you send that file off, it can be a PTG file, which is ArtRage's native format, which allows you to bring it in to the desktop version, or your iPad version for that matter as well, so where you would have more access to, all the other tools and options. So that could really be worthwhile for someone who is an avid ArtRage user. Okay, I'm Matt with ArtRage Hardware and the Sensu brush. See you later.